Hello, everyone, and welcome to Channel 18 TV News. I'm Don Julian. In the news, I have an update on the condition of former Precinct 2 Hopkins County Commissioner Mike Odell, who was seriously injured in a tractor accident on Tuesday afternoon. Odell is now said to be in stable condition at ICU at Christus Mother Frances Hospital, Tyler. His wife indicates that recovery for Odell may be lengthy. Douglas ECLC in Sulphur Springs has partnered with Dolly Parton's Imagination Library with a goal of having every child in Hopkins County 4 years of age or younger registered to receive free books. 2 years ago, Mother's Culture Club provided seed money for the program. Students at Douglas are registered and are receiving a free book monthly, according to Kristen Monk, Assistant Superintendent for Elementary Education and Learner Services. Each child has completed a registration form. Every child in the county age 4 and younger may be registered. A child registered at birth will have around 60 books by the time they enter kindergarten. For more information, you can contact Kristen Monk. She's at 903-885-2153, extension 1106. After months of refurbishing, Bright Star Theater on Shannon Road in Sulphur Springs had a very well-attended red carpet VIP event on Wednesday evening. People began to line up before 4 p.m. Wednesday for the 6:30 p.m. event, anticipating free movies, popcorn, and sodas. Bright Star Theater, under new ownership and with a new name, now has reclining seats, new sound and screens, and a new look inside and out.
As you may have heard, and as you can see, UPRA Rodeo is in town starting tonight for 3 nights performances. Let's meet some of the behind-the-scenes workers with 1 year, 10-year, and 40-year histories with UPRA.
So I'm going to start right here with the most known of the trio we have here, Oscar Aguilar.
Good morning, Enola. How are you?
Great. Thanks for coming in, Oscar. And T.C. Long, you've been announcing for UPRA for a few years?
Yes, I believe this is my 10th year here at the finals.
Oh, your voice is classic with it now for us. Absolutely.
Oh, Lord. We're gonna have to scoot over. That old getting cozy thing. I can't get closer.
And we have a newbie with us today. Good morning.
I am the new kid on the block.
Garrett Urigan.
You nailed it.
Okay.
I'm proud of you.
Out of Oklahoma.
North side of the river. Please don't hold that against me.
Okay. Please tell me, let's start with TC. What does tonight bring for the folks?
Well, we've got the top 15 contestants in each one of our events of rodeo, and they're all vying for a year-end championship. So they qualified the top 15 out of all the contestants, all the rodeos, and there's over $350,000 in cash and prizes that they're competing for. So we've got 3 rounds. We kick off tonight, so Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday night is championship Saturday night. And so they're not only talking about go-around checks, but along with that, an average or aggregate, which is their total on 3. So, and then Saturday night, we will be crowning a year-end champion of the UPRA. And, this year we're going to hit almost $6 million in payout in rodeo as we finish the year off. So that's remarkable.
I got a chance to sit down with Jerry Hill, president of UPRA, and talk with him about this year being, Oscar brought this up, not only the 40th year for us here in Hopkins County to be able to host the finals, but a big money year.
Oh, it is. So we broke records, and that's that's the goal for the contestant. They got to pay their fees to go up and down the road, and so it's got to be worthwhile. And it's because of great sponsors all year long. Cinch being our title partner of the UFR, and so a big thanks to them. Guys like Ram Rodeo, Sulphur Springs Dodge helping out, and much more. But with all of that being said, it brings a a big payout, but that brings some of the best contestants in the world. You've got girls like J.J. Hampton. She's a 17-time world champion. She's won the UPRA title 6 or 7 times, and the list just goes on and on. Guys that have been to the National Finals Rodeo or up-and-coming stars, and Garrett, we've got some of the best in the world also on the livestock side.
Oh, for sure, and that's what's so fun for me to watch. I mean, the animal athletes. Here's the thing about our sport. Without animal athletes, we'd have a bunch of guys jumping around out there looking goofy in the arena. So, they are our true heroes in the sport. We couldn't do it without them. So, we don't abuse them. We don't take advantage of them. They have the utmost care in the world. So to bring these award-winning animal athletes to town, because we have, about 10 or 12 stock contractors that come to town this weekend that bring their three or 4 or 5 best animals. So you can truly guarantee that it is the best of the best, not just in 2-legged talent, but 4-legged as well.
And I love it. I love every single bit of it. And so a lot of people don't know that the stock is also rated on their performance.
Mm-hmm. That's right. On the competition side in our rough stock event, they're half of the score. And so it's very important for to have the best athletes in the world. And with that being said, they're coming for titles also. Buck and Horse of the Year, Buck and Horse Bull of the Finals. So that is also a competition for them. They're selected on by the contestants to be here. So they're voted on by the top 20 in the world in order to come here to the finals.
Amazing. There is so much in rodeo. There's so much history. There's so much knowledge and fact. It's fascinating.
A lot to keep track of.
There is.
Yes, for the announcers, yes.
The UPRA has grown to at least a 6-state area. We got folks coming from West Texas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, all over. We got local talent here. We got Cheney Graves competing in the barrel racing. Keon Miller out of Cripper, Texas, in the ranch bronc. Wasey Hathcock competing in the saddle bronc. And those are local talents that have qualified and completed, making it here to the rodeo. J&J Contractors has a Buck and Bull of the Year, I believe. So we're out of Cripper,
really?
Texas. So we got a lot of local folks from within the area here.
Yeah, and they this is their second year to win Stock Contractor of the Year in the UPRA, and they're from Cooper, Texas. So
We are proud.
you bet.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, sometimes does a new event come in, because you mentioned ranch. We didn't
bronc,
always have that,
was
did we?
added about 5 years ago to the events, and that's just hang on. It's not, you don't have to spur. You just let the horse out and hang on.
One-handed, two-handed, whooping, riding, we don't care.
Yeah.
Well, the rodeo would not be what it is for the spectators, everyone gathering in the arena for the whole flavor of it, without the announcers. To me, that's what I kind of keep an ear for.
Well, we do have an important job to it, but there is a full production team, and sometimes people forget about everything that's going on behind the scenes, from the video production, because there's a big screen that's in the arena, and so instant replay. But along with the guys that are in the back that are making sure that the stock is there, when you're talking about 15 animals in every one of the events, so that means there's 45 head of just rough stock that's got to be loaded through the back. So if you ever had the opportunity to see what is happening behind the curtain in order to
and
make
actually
that happen.
for rough stock, 60 60 head, and I've been back there before at different rodeos. I mean, I'm not just saying this because I've been back there, but those guys have my true respect. I mean, that is really where we make or break a show, is back there and keeping things rolling in the back.
Well, and what you got to realize is they have to load those animals in a certain order. They have to go on a certain side, certain delivery, and so it's prepared for ahead of time of what chute that they're going to buck out of in order to make the animal be, in a better spot for the way they buck. It's not that they just go grab an animal and stick him wherever they want it to go. It's got to be what works best for the livestock.
Well, I've got to ask this. How much does the announcer personally need to know to flavor up the calls?
A lot. And TC and I were kind of just having a conversation about this morning. Social media has helped us a lot in the personal interest side of things. Like, for instance, There's a young lady competing in the breakaway tonight that I saw on her Snapchat this morning. She's finishing her last day of clinicals to become a nurse. So, little stuff like that before Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat, you may not have known, may have never known that unless you just were talking to her and brought it up in conversation. But now it's stuff like that. Yeah, we can talk all night about they're an X-time world champion and they've won this rodeo and they've won that rodeo, but people can't relate to that. There's somebody in the crowd tonight that can relate to, hey, I'm a nurse. I know what it's like that day when you finish your clinicals, and I know what that feeling's like of, excited and ready to go and glad that that's all behind you. So it's stuff like that we can a lot more easily, it's accessible now that the fans can build a relationship to that person with.
I understand completely now. Mm-hmm. Or that they might hear that this person has rodeo in their family.
Bingo.
That's right. And many times people, it's amazing to me how people follow rodeo. But maybe when you say a hometown, well, they were originally from there, and it sparks a memory that, they know their family or, stuff like that. So we try to be knowledgeable on that stuff. We don't just show up and stick our papers up there and go to work. There's a lot of homework that goes into it. We're also talking about titles. So we've got to mathematically know what it's going to take for them to win so that we can keep the audience knowing what's going on throughout the performance. So, we do some homework ahead of time. We also, the cool thing about there being two announcers is we can work together. Maybe he knows something about somebody that I know something totally different about. Right. So I think that brings a whole new fascination to the rodeo.
Like it'll take, TC, tell me if yours is different, but for me, a regular rodeo takes about 2 or 3 hours per performance to do notes for. Here, with it being a finals and a lot more detail to get into, probably 3 to 4 hours per day of just notes and making sure that we're on top of everything.
Short answer, please. Did you go to school to learn this?
No.
Okay. Did you go to school to learn this?
No.
Okay.
No degree here.
UPRA is your school?
That's right.
Like they're saying, some of these races, we won't know till Saturday who's going to be the champion because there's some money involved. And, of course, there's a couple of races that I don't think they'll catch anybody, but
bareback riding's done deal. Hunter Ramsey's going to win the
so there's races like that it'll be up to Saturday night who makes that last ride or last second.
And in a little bit of time we've got left, I want to bring out Oscar's history with UPRA because he might not tell you, modest as he is. We know that UPRA Finals has been here in Hopkins County at our facility for 40 years. This is the 40th year. Oscar's been there all the way. So tell us about some of that stuff.
Well, back when the arena was built and everything, I was riding back then it was the Central Rodeo Association and had been in the arena and part of it ever since it was the first finals here. And then, of course, moved on into being president of the association and running that a good 30 years. But we looked up a while ago the handicap rodeo, which I've been part of since 1985. And that is a great thing that we do for the children within our area. We have about 425 children coming tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock.
How many?
425.
What?
And thanks for the Key Club, the high school, to allowing the children to come chaperone the students the contestants that are coming in. Hopefully the weather will be okay in the morning when we continue with the hay rides and do everything we do there. And don't forget, tonight is Military Appreciation Night. Okay. All veterans get in free, and tomorrow night all first responders night also. If you have your ID or come in uniform, whatever, you get in free to the rodeo. So we have all that going on, and I enjoy it. It's a lot of hard work, like these guys says, behind the, we're behind the scenes on what we do, and there's a lot to do.
There is a lot to do, and supported by another rodeo we do here and every year, so we never forget about UPRA between finals seasons. Mm-hmm. We love y'all. I know y'all had a nice welcome to town this morning. You first got up and it got out amongst our traffic and are getting ready into the day. And thank you for coming right out here.
Yes, thanks to the PD. They were very nice to us. We might have been just a little bit late because I wasn't paying attention. My fault. But they were very nice to us, so thank you. And we do say that rodeo is very patriotic. We do have first responders night, and we joke about the police department and stuff, but we say thank you to all of our men and women in uniform. Without them, we couldn't have the job that we have. So thank you to all of them.
And I'm bringing my Army Ranger son to the show tonight.
Oh, awesome!
I cannot wait for him to be home and with this.
Good.
Thank you all for coming in, and we've got about 1 minute left. How shall we fill it?
Everybody come out to the rodeo, have a good time. Kids 12 and under tonight and tomorrow night also get in free. Tickets on sale at Circle Lee Western Store, the box office. Save $2 if you buy it there, and pay $2 more if you get it at the gate.
And that 20% off coupon on the back of your ticket for a purchase at Circle E in beautiful Western wear.
That's right. Get your cinch jeans and shirts.
Bingo.
Absolutely.
Couldn't have said it any better myself. Mic drop.
We will see you tonight, Friday and Saturday night at UPRA Finals here in town.
Thank you.
Thank you all for coming in.
Yes, ma'am.
In sports, Gerald Prim Stadium in Sulphur Springs will be hosting another high school playoff game this weekend. There were 3 games at the Prim last weekend. Friday night at 7:30, Dangerfield will be in town playing Blue Ridge in an area round game. Dangerfield comes in with a 9-2 record, while Blue Ridge is 7-4. These teams are in Region 3, Class 3A, Division 2. In some games of local interest, the Cumbie Trojans are also in the area playoff round. The Trojans, 8-3 for the season, are taking on Grapeland, 9-2 so far this season, at Bullard's Panther Stadium Friday night at 7. These teams are in Region 3, Class 2A, Division 2. And Winsboro is also playing an area playoff game against Dallas Madison Friday night at 7:30 at Greenville's Cotton Ford Stadium. Winsboro comes in at 7-4, while Dallas Madison is 9-2. These teams are in Region 2, Class 3A, Division 1. And the 10-team Saltillo Varsity Girls Basketball Tournament got underway at 8 a.m. on Thursday in Cary Garman Gym as host Saltillo tipped off against Clarksville. Later on Thursday, Saltillo began playing Prairieland at around 6 p.m. Saltillo, Clarksville, and Prairieland are joined by Bullard and Whitewright in Pool B. Teams in Pool A include Dodge City, Chisholm, Quinlan Ford, North Lamar, and Chess. Pool play will continue through Friday, and then the top 2 seeds in each pool after pool play will advance into the gold bracket for Saturday play, and seeds 3 and 4 will be advancing into the silver bracket, also playing on Saturday. And that's Channel 18 TV News. I'm Don Julian. Thank you for joining me, and so long, everybody.
It's actually just hours, Linda, until the Symphony Auction is held here in the studios at KSST and Channel 18 TV.
It is, and we're getting excited. We've done something different with the auction this year. We've geared it toward Christmas. So we're calling it our Christmas auction. So we have Christmas decorative items, but we also have great Christmas gift items. And we're going to have probably around 75 items. We've got some great gifts, some unusual things, some new things, and we just want to show you some of them.
Well, let's do it. But first, let's tell them how you can get these items on auction night.
On auction night, we will be at KSST starting at 5. If you get cable, it will be on cable live.
On Channel 18.
On Channel 18, and it will also be streaming on Facebook Live.
Okay, great. So you'll be ready to bid and
Yes.
maybe take home some of these beautiful things.
Absolutely. We'll have a telephone number we'll give throughout the night, so please call us and keep our phones ringing.
Okay. Well, what do you see here that you can tell us about?
First, I'm going to start with the griddle, actually from Guarantee Bank and Trust, and they gave this last year. It was a popular item. The person that bought it, I think, said they were going to get up on Christmas morning and cook pancakes on the griddle
Okay.
for their family. Great item, great
What else
gift.
do you see?
We have some items from Rose of Sharon, the wreath. Her wreaths always do really, really well. And so we've got this nice wreath. We've got a table arrangement from Rose
Ooh,
of
that's
Sharon.
Beautiful.
It's
The
beautiful.
Red and green are just so stunning.
It just pops, doesn't it?
It does.
Sharon has a unique way of decorating, and you can always tell her style. It's just beautiful. She just does a great job. We have a lantern here from Dana's. Actually, this is not what Dana's donating to the auction, but the lantern did come from Dana's store. Very cute, very nice. Some of the members are donating this picture with a little reindeer and Santa Claus, kind of in the blue tones, a little bit different. And then we have from Greenville Floral and Gifts, the black and white check is so good this year.
You know, that makes the reds pop too.
It does, it does. So we have that little arrangement. And then Galleon Insurance Agency bought another wreath from Rose of Sharon. We always have people competing, trying to get her wreath. So we have 2 of those this year. So call in and pick out your favorite one. And then Doug, can I show you the jewelry that we have that I didn't bring with me? Susan Lennon always makes us some jewelry, and we have this necklace, and it has matching earrings. It's beautiful. It's one of my favorite pieces that she's done, and I have a lot of her jewelry.
It has a Southwest flair, but it doesn't exactly have
But not
to.
exactly. Not exactly. And then Osborne Jewelry told me that the tassel necklaces were really good this year. So we have a sterling silver tassel necklace. It's beautiful, beautiful.
It's beautiful. What's this on the floor?
Look at this car, J. Hodge Chevrolet. Wouldn't a little young boy or girl love to wake up to that under the tree on Christmas morning? It's just beautiful. And I wish Bill Owens couldn't be here today, but I wish he was here to tell you about it.
It is red and ready to go.
It is ready to take off, isn't it? And then, Enola, I want you to tell us about a special item that we have this year that would make a wonderful Christmas present.
I would love to. This is a guitar, a nice Fender guitar that is autographed for the last 3 years of performers who have been on the Riley Springs Jamboree. Dion Pride was there. Of course, we've got Hannah Kirby, who was a member of our band during her high school years, and a whole bunch of other people. Don Woods Jr., who has a Sony recording contract now, and many, many others that you'll find on here.
And Enola Gay.
I think I've been at every jamboree.
Treasure item. I don't think we said this is the 28th year for the auction this year, and it actually was started here at KSST. One of the founders.
This is true. Kelly Bradford Grimes and her husband Dwayne, he was our program director, wanted to take radio a step further, so they started a cable station. It was not the first that KSST had ever had. We had Channel 2 before, but in 1990, and then in 91, we staged the first auction here in the studio.
But this is going to be just a treasure for someone. Great item, and we can't thank you enough. You always donate and support the symphony, and we do appreciate it. I'm going to hand this back to you and let you.
And how you get a hold of these items and others is by bidding.
By bidding, you call in. The number is 885-0700, and we'll announce that throughout the night. So tune in to KSST and Channel 18 cable. And can I just run through a list of things?
Please do.
Okay. Of course, Alliance Bank always gives a TV with a sound system, so we have that this year. We have a dinner for 20 from Mary Lou and Andy Wright. Everybody that knows them knows how fabulous their cooking is. We also have a barbecue dinner from Bodacious Barbecue, and the meal will be served by Symphony board members if you want us to. If you want us to, we'd love to. We have 2 hours of balcony time above the corner grub house for the parade, which is new this year. We have some tickets to Polar Express. We have a visit from Santa that's going to be auctioned off. Kayla Price Mitchell is donating her home, Oklahoma rentals again. And I have actually got to stay in one of her rentals in Oklahoma. And it is just, it's the best thing ever. It's just wonderful. City National Bank is donating the Melrose Stay, a night stay at Melrose, which is always a big hit. Super Handy is doing the Drink a Day, which is a big popular item. The League is donating a carriage ride. Christmas is going to be on December 27th, so it'll be after things kind of begin to slow down, but we'll talk about that. And then the Oaks Bed and Breakfast is doing a smoked rib and brisket for 20 dinner.
Whoa.
So
And we've already gone to page 2 of the items. So
Yes,
there's
and
a lot.
there's lots of items. And every one of them, they're so special this year. Every item is really a great, great item. So we just hope people call and bid and join us for the fun.
Well, it's a festive event, and it's
It
for
is.
a wonderful cause
is.
for arts in our community.
It is.
Now, the bidding time will start at 5 o'clock Saturday, November 23rd.
Yes.
And the phone number and...
903-885-0700.
Okay.
And auctioneers will be Bob Weaver and Bill Owens. Lonnie Fox can't be with us this year, and we're going to miss him, but we will have a fun time with Bob Weaver and Bill Owens. But we're going to sell the items quicker than we've sold them in the past, so it's going to be a fun, fast evening.